The 2011-2012 team was voted again as the top program in the Northeast region by the United States Track and Field Cross Country Coaches Association and received academic All-American honors. He was voted the Northeast Region Outdoor Division I NCAA Coach of the Year for the 2012 season. Rich, the college is honored to present you with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
I want to just take this just a couple minutes to thank the college for recognizing me and my achievements. I was literally floored when I got the call from Mary. Actually, it took her 2 or 3 times to call me. I thought it was Eastern Illinois, maybe calling for a donation or that sort of thing. So I didn't answer the phone originally. And finally, Mary's great persistence, I did answer the phone, and she told me about the award, and I was just overjoyed. It was really a fantastic thing. So thank you very much. I was lucky enough to experience my 4 to 5 years at Eastern through some turbulent times in the 70s, and I was also very lucky to have 2 of probably the strongest male role models that a young person could have at that time. The first person who is not here right now, obviously, is Dr. Pat O'Brien. He was a rock for me during my 4 years here. I met my wife here at Cornell. She was one of the first runners on the women's team here at Cornell, and he coached her as well. We both knew him, respected him, and he was tough on me a lot of times, and he needed to be at times. He had a hard way about him, but when you're dealing with maybe 20 to 30, 18 to 19-year-old young men, sometimes you have to do that. And he was a fantastic guy. I learned a lot of things from him, and he was such a positive role model for me. He was, in the dynamic duo that coached us, he was the bad cop. The good cop part of it was another great role model for me that is here tonight, Dr. Tom Woodall. He recruited me to Cornell. I'd like to thank him for that. He's a wonderful man. There he is. He was great, and there were many times that I was a little confused in my life about what I wanted to do, what I wanted to coach, if I wanted to teach. And I would come up the stairs to Lance, knock on his door, and he'd probably just turn his head and go, oh, here he comes again. And he would sit with me and tell me, yes, you're going to be a great coach, you're going to do great things, stay with it, be positive. I'd nod my head, believe in him, and work my way back down. And 3 or 4 weeks later, up the stairs I'd come. He probably was getting tired of seeing me. But his positiveness through my 4 years here at Eastern were just meant so much to me during my time. Those 2 young gentlemen, I mean, a person couldn't have had 2 better role models through their years here. Dr. Woodall also helped me through my master's, helped me work through that, and I was also lucky enough to be a graduate assistant with him in my graduate year here, my 5th year. People like Dr. O'Brien and Dr. Woodall were so important to me. I can't thank them enough for everything that they meant to me through the process. I'd like to thank the College of Education and Professional Studies for this honor, and this is just fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rich. It really is hard for people to answer my phone calls. I don't know why. I'm taking it personally. Our next honoree is Jim Conyers. Jim, could you step forward? I met Jim in the hallway this afternoon, and I told him that he may have the person coming from the furthest away award because he came from New Mexico, which I thought was really amazing. Originally from Mattoon, Jim has a bachelor's degree in history and a master's degree in guidance and counseling from Eastern Illinois University. Following graduation from EIU, he served 2 years in the Peace Corps in Gambia, West Africa, and returned to get another master's degree at Western Illinois University. Jim is currently the principal of a school in New Mexico, which is funded by the Bureau of Indian Education, but controlled by the Navajo Nation. And I will let Jim pronounce the name of the school, because I'm not going to try. Before his current position, Jim worked in Bloomfield, New Mexico schools for 30 years as a counselor, department head, and principal. Currently, he continues to teach graduate classes at several nearby colleges. Jim, the college is honored to present you with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, thank you. Yate, as we say in Navajo, which means basically it is good, the Navajo greeting. And I'm really glad to be back at Eastern. It's an honor for me to be here. I was walking around the campus. I have visited over the years, but it's kind of changed some from the last time I graduated was '74, and heard someone earlier thanking their professors, and I'd like to do that, but I don't think any of them are around to do that. But I grew up in Mattoon on a farm south of Mattoon there. If you've ever eaten at the McDonald's south of Mattoon, the property that's built on belonged to my family at one time, and I grew up there. Great thing about Eastern and about all universities, I guess, is the opportunities it gives you. Growing up in Mattoon, I had no thought that I would ever certainly go to Africa or end up living most of my life in New Mexico. That, just didn't seem like it was going to happen. But as we all know, life is a journey, and you just kind of got to enjoy the journey as you go along. The school I'm currently with is called Zithnau Dithli, which is the name of a kind of a mesa nearby the school, and it has some sacred meaning to the Navajo people. I was thinking as they were doing the introductions earlier, most of the meetings I go to, especially on the Navajo Nation, when the Navajos introduce themselves, they tell their clan relationship, their mother's clan, their father's clan, their grandparents' clan. So it would have taken about 2 hours for everyone here to do that had we followed that procedure. It's really great though to be here. I appreciate the honor and the award, and thank you all very much.
It must be shorter than everyone else. Congratulations, Jim. Our final honoree of the evening is Brian Lichtenberger. Brian, could you step forward? Brian received his bachelor's degree in health studies from Eastern in 1980. He had additional coursework in athletic training. During his time at EIU, he became the first EIU student to receive the National Athletic Trainers Association undergraduate scholarship. Brian taught health education, physical education, and sports medicine courses at Wheeling High School in Wheeling, Illinois for 23 years. He served on the Illinois Athletic Trainers Association Board of Directors and was inducted into their Hall of Fame in 1998. 10 years ago, he became the division head for health education, physical education, and driver education at Wheeling. Brian became the Associate Principal of Operations at Wheeling from 2007 to 2010, when he was promoted to Director of Operations for Township High School District 214. In his free time, he serves on the Board of Commissioners of the Wheeling Park District as its Vice Chair. Brian, the college is honored to present you with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thanks, Mary. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to the university. Certainly thank you to the college. It's been a great experience for me. I realize that I am the difference between you and that food, so I'm going to be as brief as I possibly can be. I just want to thank John Storsved in the athletic training department here for nominating me. It was certainly a surprise. We sort of met fortuitously recently, and so I truly appreciated that nomination. I had a great 4 years at Eastern, and both of my kids are in college, and I hope they can have a great 4 years anywhere, you know, instead of 6 or whatever that happens to be. But nonetheless, it was great to see Dr. Woodall here. Certainly, I appreciated his kines class. You feared it when you went in, and you loved it when you left. So it was awesome. Denny Ayton was the athletic trainer here at the time. Many of you probably remember him. He certainly was impactful for me, and I appreciated everything that he gave. Denny was not only the athletic trainer for the entire university, but he was also the teacher for all of the student athletic trainers. So if you want to talk about somebody who had a full-time job and a little bit more than that, he certainly had that. I want to thank my parents who are here from Fairfield today, so thank them for being here, and certainly my wife, Kim, who's been wonderful through the years. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I didn't know I was going to do this. We have another Alumni Association board member, our alumni board member who walked in, and he was delayed because he was waiting for a second grader's parents to come and find them an hour late after school. So Chad Burgett, who's our principal over at Carl Sandburg, Chad, stand up. He's also one of our alumni board members. And he's been here through most of the program, and as soon as I finished, I walked over and went, oh my gosh, I didn't think you were here yet. So I want to make sure that you get recognized because these people really did do an outstanding job. So sorry, I ruined the end.
The dean needs to stick to the script. But that's a really good reason to interrupt me, I have to say. I just wanted to say that it's a joy and an honor for me every year to learn and meet about these tremendous alumni of the College of Education and Professional Studies. I want to say that our board does a really good job. They really take a lot of time, and we have a lot of discussion about the nominees. And it's really exciting to see the people that our alumni and our faculty bring forward to consider as nominees, because these are all wonderful people. So, and now a housekeeping word. I'd like to have the honorees come forward after the last remarks for a picture. We want to do a group picture over here. And now I'd like to introduce John Haston, who did not know he was going to accept that award, but thank you, John. He is the Vice President of the College of Education and Professional Studies Alumni Board. John.
I hope this comes out. How's that? Okay. Speaking for the Alumni Board and for Dr. Jackman, we're very happy you could attend here this evening. I've been a professional educator for almost 40 years. I am not a practiced public speaker. Please forgive my faults. I was asked to keep my remarks to around 3 minutes, something like that. And as an educator, I won't know when that occurs until the bell rings. I also am not going to be standing by the door because that's usually the worst place to be when the bell does ring. Today is more than just a meeting of old friends and walking around campus. It has a lot of meaning to us as an alumni board because we felt that there were two basic goals that we needed to accomplish as a part of being the alumni board. The first was to promote the 9 departments that make up the college. And if you're like me, all the departmental names have changed or moved around, and they're not always in the same buildings they were once in. And I, too, graduated in 1974. I don't know that I remember you at graduation, Mr. Conyers, but I'm sure we were there at the same time. The one thing that hasn't changed as far as the university is concerned is it does the very best possible job at creating the very best professionals for the world. That hasn't changed over the time since we've gone. Most graduates live in Illinois, but EIU has graduates living in all 50 states and around the world. We feel that EIU provides the highest level of education, and it meets the criteria of high education as far as any other college in this United States. EIU is equal to that. We want every high school senior and every junior college student to consider Eastern Illinois University as their school to attend. And I know that I'm preaching to the choir. This room is filled with alumni who have taken the lessons that have been taught here at EIU and taken them into the real world and applied them and made the best of them. Our second goal, not only to recognize and encourage people to attend Eastern, was to recognize people who have gone on and done very, very well in their course of their lives and taken the lessons that they've learned here at EIU and taken them into the center stage of the world and performed well. You've seen about the Rising Star Award, and I'm sorry to say, Rising Star people, as far as we're concerned, this is just the beginning. You're still going to be there, and hopefully 20, 30 years from now when someone else is in this room handing out awards, that you'll be a part of that as the culmination of your careers. The Leadership and Service Award to me is the most difficult to select. The criteria is such that it's pretty much open to almost anything that anyone has done very, very well. But the thing about it is, once you see it, you know it. You can recognize it. And while it may be, the definition may be vague, it's very easy to see a person who has done the leadership and service that is required for the award. The Lifetime Achievement Award, on the other hand, is not very hard to pick out. You can see from what has been said here today, the type of individual who's gone on throughout a career and done great things. I'm in awe of just reading the resumes that have been turned in and all the things that everyone that has been awarded here today have done. I am proud to be a part of the alumni group that helped create that. I mean, Eastern Illinois University has done marvelous things, and to be just a member of an alumni with some of you as members of the alumni, it's a wonderful feeling that I have. We're proud to recognize those who have made these achievements as part of the Alumni Board. Those awarded today came from Illinois, Indiana, New Mexico, South Carolina, Kansas, New York, California. And I'm sure that there were a lot of stops in between those destinations, between Charleston and where you are now. And that brings me back to the first goal that we have as an alumni board. We hope that the light that is shining on each of you, award winners today, will be seen by some young person in high school, in junior college, and bring that next generation of leaders to the EIU campus. This would make our circle complete. Several of you have mentioned your professors and mentioned those people that have brought you along. And before we go, we'd like to pause and think about some of the professors that we have had that placed your feet on that path of ideas and on into the world. A friend of mine once decided to have a cat for a pet, but was unable to decide on a name. And a few weeks later, I met him along the street and asked him whether he had picked out a name and how his pet was doing. And he said he decided to call it a Professor. Okay, why did you name it Professor? Well, he said he has whiskers, he grows by degrees, and always seems to be looking for something. True. The professors at EIU are always looking for ways to inspire their students. The students that we recognize today were inspired by one or more professors. Some of them have been named, some of them have not. But these professors made a difference in their lives, and those lives made a difference in the world. It was once said that happiness comes from the joy of deeds well done. If that is true, this room is full of happy people. Thank you for all you have done, award winners. Thank you for all you're going to do, award winners. God bless you and keep you as you continue on your journey. Please feel free to stay and visit and talk to one another as much as you would like. Don't forget, there's a picture going to be taken up front here. And again, thank you for coming.